random junk from the archives.
I kind of became a writer by accident. I did this TV show called Maid Marian and Her Merry Men that I was in for about 4 years.
Hold on to that thought for a second, because we can see it now.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, OK.
So exactly how deep did you actually get?
Quarter of an inch, sire.
Right, well, at that rate, we should be in Scunthorpe by July 1996.
Ah, they won't need tunnels in 1996, sire. They'll have invented these huge flying horses and carts that'll get you from Scunthorpe to Gatwick in under half an hour.
That's
Budding
you
career.
there, isn't it?
Well, that was the best job I ever had. But I got involved in writing. I mean, I think I co-wrote that episode, in fact. And so by the end of it, by the time that series had finished, I'd become a TV writer kind of by accident. And that eventually led to writing the books.
There's a story about you, and you've confirmed it's true, that you got held hostage, is that right?
I did, yeah. About a year before I wrote the first book, I was held up in a hotel room. 3 guys in balaclavas burst into my hotel room, and yeah, it wasn't pleasant. I thought, that's not room service. That's kind of an odd thing to do. And they put bags on my head and tied me up, and I was in there for a few hours. So when I then wrote the first book about a year later, I wanted to concentrate very much on the victim of the crime. That became something I've always focused on, really.
And that's what Thorne cares about, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he cares about the people.
Very much.
You must be fascinated by the kind of trajectory of detectives as we see them either in print or on television, because it never goes away.
No.
You sort of think maybe the idea of detective stories would get a bit tired, but something comes along. At the moment on television, for example, this fascination with Scandinavian, these very kind of dark, sort of strangely uneventful detectives. Less chasing, less
a lot
fighting.
less chasing.
What do you make of the kind of feeling of these things?
That fascination, as you say, has never gone away, and people are as excited by detectives today as I was when I first came across Sherlock Holmes, you know, when I was 11 or 12. That, you know, and it's a character, it's the character, I think, you fall in love with and that you become obsessed by, whether it's Sherlock Holmes or Morse or whoever it was, or hopefully Tom Thorne. You know, people like to follow that character and see what happens to them, and so do I. I mean, I'm a reader, first and foremost. All writers are readers first, and I still read a ton of crime fiction.
Do you?
Yeah.
And do you have particular people you like?
Well, and it's a very small world. We're quite a kind of close-knit bunch, so we all tend to know. Yeah, we do. We get together, have very dark, twisted conversations. But therefore, you're reading books by somebody you know, which changes the way you read a book, especially if there's something a bit rude in it.
Yes.
You know, if there's a bit of, you know, you don't think crime writers ever committed murder, you know, but one little bit of naughtiness, you think, oh, you've done that.
Do you get the sense that I mean, I know you have very loyal followers, and they wait avidly for the next Thorne book, do they?
Yeah, I mean, I've already had, I don't know, 20 or 30 kind of tweets and emails from people who read the book yesterday when it came out.
Gosh.
And just read it, you know, on that first day. And that's great. It's very flattering that people are kind of so keen. And I think I took a year to write that. You've read it in 6 hours. But that's no, it's great. And people want to let you know straight away what they think.
Can I ask you about that? I love hearing, which detective would you least like? If you, in the unlikely event of you committing a very heinous crime, which detective, possibly from television or, you know, someone who's familiar, would you least like to find out was on your case?
Was after me, you mean?
Yeah, was assigned to your...
Well, Columbo. Columbo was the detective that influenced me hugely.
Everybody says Columbo.
It was a great show, and I had the privilege of interviewing him. I made a documentary about Columbo, and I got, you know, I could win every literary award going. I won't, but I could, let's say. It would mean nothing to me compared with the message I have from Peter Falk going, one more thing, Mr. Billingham. I actually have him saying that.
Was it the fact that he was so disorganised? The sort of chaos that surrounded him, but
he had a mind. He looked like a kind of, you know, like a tramp, but he had a mind like a steel trap.
I can't let you go without talking about Rush of Blood, which is completely different to the Thorne book, isn't it? Extraordinary. It's about people who go and meet people on holiday and come back. Very chilling.
Yeah, that was the book that I wrote last year. There was sort of, I've taken a year off from Thorne. I'm back to him now, but yeah, Rush of Blood, which hopefully it's being developed for TV.
Is it?
Right here at the BBC, so fingers crossed.
And when might that be?
I don't know, TV moves very slowly, but I mean next year, year after.
And will you do something similar to that again? Because it was so different.
Yeah, I think you have to, if you want to keep a series fresh, you want to make people excited about a new Thorne novel, which doesn't necessarily mean a new one every year. So maybe you go away and you do something else like Rush of Blood, which I really enjoy doing.
And if you read it, I tell you what, you think about who you meet on holiday very carefully.
Yeah, be wary.
Do you ever think about sort of slipping yourself as an actor into the televised version of your...
Well, I did. When they made the Thorne TV series, I spent a day as a kind of extra in the original, and then I got cut. I got cut from the end. I had to ring up and go, I don't see myself on screen. No, you didn't make the cut. Sorry about that.
Oh, what a shame. Thank you very much for coming to see us. And Mark's new novel, it's called The Dying Hours, is out right now.